I had a lot of ideas that I just let die. I didn't let it bloom because I did not bet on myself and I did not take as much risks as I could have and I should have. So, hey dolls, and welcome back again. In this video, we are going to be talking all about things that I wish that I did in my early 20s. In case you guys are here for the first time, hello, hi. My name is Kelechi Mbemana and welcome to our channel. So this is going to be a very chilled, relaxed, conversational type of video. Nothing too scripted, nothing too audited, nothing too edited. Just real and raw basically, because I really do enjoy having this kind of conversations and creating this kind of content because they are always so authentic, irrespective of what your age is at this point in life. I really don't think it matters because again, you can learn from people's experiences and apply that to your own life irrespective of your age, location, gender, whatever it is. So one of the things that I wish I had done earlier on or taking action on earlier on in my early 20s would definitely be to take more risks and to bet on myself, guys. I feel like in your early 20s, this is like your explorational couple of years because now you're probably done with school, you've probably left your parents' house, you're on your own. This is a formative year for you. This is where you tend to form and discover yourself for your true potential and who you truly are, because now you're probably no longer under the umbrella of someone else, right? Because nothing is covering you, nothing is shielding you, nothing is really holding you back. You are in this space where you are left to find out who you are, right? And the best way to figure that out is to bet on yourself and to take as many risks as you can, right? Because by taking risks, you learn, you discover, and you grow, most especially. I definitely had a lot of amazing business ideas that I thought were not valid as of then because again no one was doing it. I mean, it's so funny how I see these businesses in fruition now. There's a lot of ideas I had earlier on that a lot of people are doing now, and sometimes you feel like you're the only one that has that amazing idea, you're the only one that has that insight. Let me tell you, God plants seeds on different people, right? God gives different people seeds. It's left for you to grow it, to manifest it, to bring it to life, right? And he does that intentionally. It's left for you to now say, okay, this seed is inside me. I want to nurture it. I want to see it grow. I want to manifest it. I want to kind of take care of it to let it bloom, right? I had a lot of ideas that I just let die. I didn't let it bloom because I did not bet on myself and I did not take as much risks as I could have and I should have. So definitely that's something that I wish I could have done and that I wish I had done. So if you're in your early 20s, this is a year where there are no mistakes. I don't see things as mistakes. I see what people call as mistakes as choices or decisions that you might have taken that maybe didn't go your way, right? You make a decision and it ended up not going the way you had expected, and then you see, oh, it was a mistake or whatever it is. I don't feel like there are really mistakes. I feel like there are lessons to learn from and to grow from as well. So if you have a huge or small plan, idea, whatever it is, bet on yourself, right? Take that risk and see how far it can go. You never really know until you try, right? Definitely do not be afraid to follow your dreams, no matter how crazy or unrealistic it might be seeming now. Whatever you can think in your head or in your heart, it can be achieved. And that's something that I wish I had known earlier on. Sometimes I had dreams that were beyond me, or I felt like were beyond me, and I didn't know how to go about it. So I felt like it was just too unrealistic. But let me tell you, you don't need to know how you're going to get it. You just need to take one step towards it and keep taking and making steps intentionally towards it, right? If your goal is to have $100 billion, right, you don't need to have that $100 billion once, right, at a goal. What you can do is have 1,000, right? Make 2,000, make 3,000, make 4,000. Before you know it, you're progressing from 10K to 100K, from 100K to a million, from a million to 10 million. Before you know it, you're hitting 100 million. Before you know it, a billion, and it just keeps growing, right? When you kind of discover how to make one step, the second step becomes a lot easier. The third step becomes easier. And then, moving kind of flows and seems like it's something that you were made for and you're made to do, right? So that's definitely my advice. Bet on yourself, dream big, go after your dreams and see how far it can go. Do not limit yourself, because I definitely limited myself a couple of times, and I feel like this this new season is a year of limitless. Okay, so next up has to do with my own personality, guys. I'm a bit introverted. I keep to myself a lot, and I do have my own negative side. But something that I wish I had literally pushed myself a little bit more in my early 20s was to build meaningful and more friendships with a lot of female people. Now, I don't have a lot of female friends. Let me know it down in the comment section if you have a lot of female friends. But I do have, I kind of like have like a love-hate relationship, if that makes sense, because I'm scared, but I want it at the same time. And the thing about it is I was kind of not willing to take that risk, because with friendships, the way I see friendships is they're like two extremes. It's either that it's really good or it could be really bad. There is no in between, right? And it's like 50-50. So you have to be willing to try out and take that chance. And me and girl drama are like two opposites. We do not sync. We don't make sense. We are not compatible. So I tend to avoid it before it even gets there, if that makes sense. So I feel like it's my own personal limitation. It's in my head, but it does happen. And I love my peace. I love my sanity. I don't like drama. But at the same time, I would have loved to have had more meaningful friendships, if that makes sense. So yeah, if you're in your early 20s, like I keep saying, it's a time for you to kind of explore, meet new people, learn new things, open your heart up to it being broken, open your heart up to learning at the same time. And you don't know, you might just find meaningful friendships, like I said, in the midst of things that might not work out. But take that risk and see how it goes. I wish I had taken that risk and tried things out, tried people out, embraced a lot more people, brought more people in my space and around me and all that. I feel like it would have been amazing, but I still love where we are. But I do wish I had given myself that chance, if that makes sense. Now, to be honest with you, I feel like you attract people that are like you, and so far I feel like in terms of friends, I do have amazing group of people, right? I don't have a lot. I can count my friends in like one hand, but the ones that I've attracted are a mirror of kind of who I am, if that makes sense. So yeah, very observant, be very careful with who you bring into your circle, because again, it's not a stranger that will hurt you. It's the people that are closest to you that will hurt you. So be very cautious of how you or who you bring within your space, basically. Who are your friends? Who are your friends? Show me your friends and I'll tell you who you are. It really does. It really does. It really does. Like, if you see yourself, you see a friend. If you see a friend, you see yourself. So yeah, be very cautious of who you call your friend and who you kind of allow surround yourself around you, basically. Because even if they might have a negative, perspective of life, and you feel like, oh, I'm not like that. Trust me, even if you're not like that, it takes a matter of days, weeks for that to rub off on you. And again, you're in a space of people who think a certain way, behaves a certain way. It's going to rub off on you or impact you in one way or the other. So yeah, be very careful. Like I said, the way I see it is people are just of the extremes. People are either good or bad. I don't want to see in between. There are no in betweens. It's either you're a good person or you're a bad person, period. So next up, something else I wish I had done in my early 20s was to stop unhealthy habits, guys. And the thing about habits is that habits form your lifestyle. It kind of forms the basis of how your life is going to look in the long run, right? So if you are, for instance, a procrastinator, it means that you're not going to get things done, right? Or you're not going to get things done fast. If you are an alcoholic, it means that you're going to literally spend more than half of your life, being not remembering what happened, and that could be damaging and detrimental to your health as well. If you are a drug addict, we all know how the story turns out, right? And when I say things like bad habits, it could be as little as not being intentional with your health, right? Your mental health, your physical health, the things that you do, eating junks, not drinking water, not spending time with yourself, not taking care of yourself, not bathing, not brushing your teeth, having a poor hygiene, whatever negative actions you're taking constantly on a daily basis, on a weekly basis, that is not progressive for you or hasn't been progressive for you, or is not helping you move forward or level up. That's a word that a lot of people use right now. Then you need to stop it, right? Whatever actions you're taking, whatever repeated actions you're taking on a daily basis that is not beneficial to you, you need to stop it, right? You need to start forming healthy habits that could lift you up and help fast track you and lead you on the path that you're supposed to be on, right? So if you are someone who procrastinates a lot, because I used to procrastinate a lot. My husband used to say something when like maybe about 2 years ago. He would tell me to do something, or he'd be like, okay, we should do this. You should do this thing. And what I would say is, I will. So he used to say, I will. He used to call me, I will. And that speaks on my action, because it's something that I want to do, but I just keep pushing it forward to a later date, something that can easily or could have easily been done now. So if you're someone who used to procrastinate, if you're someone who has a bad habit that might be detrimental to your health, to your physical health, your mental health, your spiritual health, gossiping, spending your time, wasting your time talking about other people, you have habits of I don't know what people do these days, but anything that is not, making you a better person or making you better at what you do, then cut it off. You don't need it. It's a waste of time, honestly speaking. Move on, move forward, keep moving, don't stop. Yeah. So, next up, what else? So another thing I wish I had done, even if I feel like I did a lot of this while in my early 20s, but I wish I would have gone further with this, and that would be investing in my education, right? So I remember before, when I was a bit younger, I thought I would be getting a PhD. But like after my master's degree, after I saw the potential of making money, PhD kind of seemed a little bit, I don't want to say overwhelming, but I felt like it would kind of limit my money making years, if that makes sense in any way. But it doesn't have to be going after like long-term education. It could be like short-term courses, online courses, whatever it is to gain knowledge to help you achieve your dreams, achieve your goals. Knowledge is key, and knowledge is power when it comes to being successful, right? You are successful based on what you know, right? And you can't know if you do not learn, and you keep learning every single day. This is something I'm currently practicing now. I'm trying as much as possible to at least like once a year, or I wanna be doing this on a yearly basis. In a year, gain one or two certificates or degrees or whatever it is. Just keep watering and feeding the brain and the mind with knowledge, right? With power. Now, if you're scared of anything long term, you can definitely enroll for like short courses, or you can even watch YouTube videos. YouTube videos are so educational, especially if you are a creative and entrepreneur. You can learn from other people, you can learn from their experiences, their expertise, their failures, their successes. And that is why I really do make it a point, and I make it mandatory for myself to also share my experiences, my success as well, my process as well with you guys here on YouTube. I like to share with you guys, the things that I do right, how I set up, how I monetize YouTube, all of that. I like to share that because again, it is knowledge. And someone else who is in this YouTube school, trying to figure out how to start up YouTube, you can also learn from my content as well. So yeah, it doesn't have to be like a 1 year, 2 year degree. It could be like a 15 minutes course on YouTube. My content are pretty much like short form courses, if that makes sense. But it could be something like that. But immerse yourself in valuable knowledge that you can gain to help you fast track, facilitate, basically to help you get to where you're going to. And again, knowledge is everywhere. It is on social media, it is on YouTube, it is in the library. You can read books. Books now are, you can go on Audible, you can listen to a lot of podcasts, it is everywhere. You just have to be willing to spend time to gain that knowledge. Okay, so next up, something I wish I had done or that I did in my early 20s was to travel. And let me tell you, while you are still young and you don't have responsibilities, you don't have a lot of bills to pay, you don't have family, you don't have kids, take advantage of that time when you are really on your own, in your ownness. Understand yourself, love yourself, learn about yourself. Take time out to travel if you can. And when I say travel, I don't mean like, expensive luxury trips around the world. It could be trips around your state. It could be trips around your country. Check out places within your city, places within your country, and really explore them, right? I wish I had done this earlier on, because now I'm like, gosh, I'm really regretting, because now I'm thinking of my life. If I have to travel, when I have to travel, I'll have to travel with the kids. So the same experience I would have had then, I can't have them now. I don't think at this point in my life I don't think I want to skydive now, but there was a point in my life where I was willing to skydive and all that, explore all of that. Now, before I even reach the sky, I'm thinking of my kids. Oh my God, I have to be there for my kids. I cannot gamble my life. I have to live for them, basically. So I wish I had like explored and traveled and discovered new places, learned new things, learned new languages. The world is so big, and there are a lot of places that can be and could be discovered if you really just are interested. But yeah, that's definitely something I wish I had done. So I think the last thing that I wish I did in my early 20s, this one is a bit and that's basically to listen to my parents. Yeah, that's right. You want to listen to your elders, guys. Listen, when you are in your early 20s and you receive that, fresh breeze of freedom, you're out of the shelter, you're not being, hawked anymore. You feel like, what, you have had control over me from birth up until now. Now I have freedom to be myself. Let me be. You tend to block off, things they say. You have your moments, let me tell you. I'm not saying it's not good to explore, do your thing yourself. but sometimes gain advice and insights from people who have been through what you've been through or have gone through the experiences of life. And yeah, your parents are the best teacher, they are the best advisor, they are the best consultant for all issues, trust me, from work to career to marriage to motherhood or parenthood, right? So, whatever decisions they make on your behalf or advice they give you, just know that it's the best advice that they can give you to help safeguard you, because you are their priority. You always will be their priority, no matter how old you think you might be. So now that I am a parent, I'm in that position whereby I know that, like, I want my kids to discover themselves as early as they can, to explore life and to have the best of it, right? But I also want to guide them, and I also want to be a source of guidance to them no matter how old they are. I want to share my experiences with them and also give them, good, advice as well. So even if they are like 30 years old, 20 years old, I want them to be able to come back to me, and me being someone who have experienced life by that time, I would be able to provide them with whatever information they need, right? So listen to your parents if you can. If you're going through something you haven't gone through, whether it's work related, career related, you're confused, sometimes it feels like you might not have anyone to confide or talk to, or gain advice from, try your parents. I mean, what's the worst that can happen, right? And I feel like, especially in like African setting, it's a more like parents and children have a more traditional approach to life, right? Just try it out. You never really can tell. But yeah, now that I'm older, definitely, if not your parents, gain insights from people who are older than you, people who can nurture you and guide you, right? So yeah, that is about it. These are a couple of things I wish I had done more in my early 20s, and I hope that if you're someone who is in your early 20s, in your late 20s, mid 20s, early 30s, mid 40s, whatever it is, whatever age you're in or whatever stage you're in right now in life, I hope that something in this video speaks to you and that you're able to gain something at the same time. So I hope this video was helpful. I'll see you guys in another video. In case you guys are new here, feel free to subscribe, join the family, and let's just have insightful fun on here. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Till then, like I always say, make sure you stay fabulous and you stay blessed. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Mwah. Bye, guys.